Hey, this is Casey Abrams. I'm here with really great actor comedian Gustavo. How are you doing today?
My name is Steven.
Sorry. Sorry. Steven Kramer Glickman. Really great guy. I remember. Hey, remember that one time you're in? Do you remember that? There was a one time that.
Yep.
There was a. You were in Big Time Rush. Remember that? Yeah, you remember that show?
Sure. Yeah.
Was that fun?
Was that? I'm sorry. What was the?
Was that fun?
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Was it fun?
Definitely.
Yeah, you sound great.
Thanks. Yeah, you do too, man. So the merch is what is the merch gonna be?
It's gonna be a record, a new record.
Ooh, nice.
The one I did with Jake Chapman.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So Jake Chapman.
I met him through you. Yeah. Right.
Where did you meet him? Do you remember?
God, I've met everybody through you. I swear to God.
I've met every single person through you. There's a bunch of people whose parties I still go to, and it's a certain type of party, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh hell yeah! That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
those are some good guys.
What?
Yeah.
You're still going to those parties? I haven't been to one in a long time.
You know what though? I did go to Dan Povenmire's thing.
Yes,
Ooh, let me get. Nah, I don't need coffee.
Do you want your coffee?
It's over there, and I've been drinking too much, so this is good. I have a real problem with coffee. Yeah, so I went to Dan Povenmire's party. It was actually Cara Lynn's party, and she surprised Dan Povenmire with a Minion party because she started the rumor that he
created the Minions.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He did create them though.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. If we keep it up on this
Let's
podcast,
keep it up. You know what? Yeah, Dan, I'm so happy that you've created the Minions. We're going to keep that alive.
great job creating the Minions.
Yeah, we the fact that we see a Minion in LA every single day is all because of you, Dan Povenmire. I really appreciate you.
You bet.
Yes. But so I went to his house and I saw those same people. They're really good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we met on I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were stretching your hand or not.
No, I wanted to hold your hand.
Oh. I wanna hold your hand. We're gonna jam a little bit later.
I wanna hold your hand.
Beautiful. Yes. So we met at Jimmy Kimmel, and
Is that where we met first?
Yes. Haley and I were going to see Jimmy Kimmel, and I don't know why. I have a friend there, Brett Saxon. Shout out to him. And he led us backstage, and you were just hanging. I think you had already met Haley at like a jazz night or something like that.
Yeah, we had done jazz night at the W
Yes.
W Hotel back in the day with a bunch of the other guys from your show, from American Idol.
The Idol people like Stefano.
Stefano was there,
Yes.
and so was lock the doors and do the thing to do. That guy.
Baby, lock them
Baby
doors and turn them
Yep,
yes,
that
Scotty
guy.
McCurry, yeah, the
He
best.
was there, and so was Naima
Okay.
Adedapo. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yeah, absolutely.
God, she was so damn good.
She is talented. Did she dance?
She sang. She just sang.
Oh, okay.
God, that voice was outrageous. And then there was another guy, James Durbin.
yeah.
He was there performing. That was a crazy time period. The jazz. Did you perform at the jazz night?
I've performed. You know what? I never did. I always went there, and I just didn't know the right people.
wild.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I always perform at Delilah nowadays, and that feels good. I
I'm
know
sure.
Ryan Cross. Ryan Cross was actually on American Idol. He was playing cello, and that's how I met him. And now he's the upright bass player, and he books all the shows. But yeah, I just didn't know. I would always go up to some of the singers and be like, "Hey, can I sit in?" They're like, "Ask her." And I just didn't know who she was.
Brienne, I think it was, or
Brienne of Tarth. No, it
I'm
was.
forgetting.
No, I want to say I can't remember exactly who it was, but anyway, I never got to sit in, but I always showed up, and it was always a good time. It was always. Did you sit in and did you sing?
Yeah. What it was like kind of the first time that I ever had anybody let me kind of do that thing, you know?
As in, let you sing.
Let me sing, like, because but previous to that, like my first gig in LA as a singer musician was being the piano player for the Friars Club in Beverly Hills.
As in, so you were a comedy person, but you were the piano player.
Yeah, like
Wow.
well, here's what happened is I was on tour doing the worst musical of all time. It was called A Stoop on Orchard Street. It's not really the worst musical, but it is a bad musical.
Okay.
And we were hanging out, we were doing this show, you know, on tour, and we came to LA, and then I started doing stand-up in my off time from doing the tour.
Oh.
And then a comedian let me move onto his couch so that I could stay in Los Angeles and quit the tour. And so I quit the tour and moved onto this comedian's couch. And he took me to a party at the Sagebrush Cantina, which was like out in Calabasas.
Oh, okay. Far away.
And far away. It was like, and we're there, and he goes, "Oh my God, that's the booker for the Friars Club in Beverly Hills." And I go, "Do they have a piano at the Friars Club in Beverly Hills?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "There's a piano inside the Sagebrush Cantina." And I was like, "Tell him to come inside in 5 minutes." And he was like, "Okay." And I went over to the piano and I was like, "I'm going to play piano for just a minute." And they were like, "Sure." And I sat down. I was like in shorts and a t-shirt. And I sat down at the piano and I just started playing What I Say, Ray Charles, right? And I was like jamming out. I was not that great, but I was doing my best. And while I was in the middle of it, this guy came in. His name was Ari David. And he was the booker for the Friars Club. And he was like, "Could you do this at our club?" And I was like, "I would love to do this at your club." And he goes, "Do you have a suit?" And I go, "I can get one." He goes, "Come this Thursday, I'll give you $40. You can be the piano player, singer in the bar.
What year
and
was
you'll
this?
get tips." This is 2005, maybe?
Okay, $40 is, I don't know. Okay, all right. So
It's not great.
It's not great. Yeah,
it's not great,
sucks.
Casey Abrams. And so I went, and I would play piano and sing at the bar. And then a guy would sit on stage and he would sing and play piano. He wouldn't sing. He would play piano and they'd bring the comedians up on stage and he'd play them up and play them back and play them on, play them off. And I turned to the booker who had booked me and I said, "You should fire that guy and give me his job. I'll do both. I'll play piano here, then I'll go play it up there, and then I'll come back and sit at the piano."
Whoa.
And they went, "Okay." And they walked over to him and they were like, "Hey, we know you don't really like playing the piano anyways. Do you want to just be the lighting guy and run the light board?" And the guy was like, "Okay." And so he got out of that job and hated me, of course, probably secretly. And so then I did both jobs. And then that led to this very, I know this is a long, weird story, but
Keep going.
what ended up happening was, this is what happened. I was sitting backstage one night. I was also doing stand-up, you know, like at the time, but not at the Friars Club. I was doing it at shitty open mics and bars and video stores and dry cleaners, you know,
Wow, okay.
wherever they would let me
Wow.
perform. I mean, crappy places.
Mhm.
And I was sitting backstage, and I was back there with like Nick Swartzen and a bunch of other great comedians, and we were all sitting around, and Sarah Silverman was back there. And they were like, "All right, Sarah, it's going to be bing, 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 and then you're closing." And she went, "I actually have to be somewhere early in the morning, and this is the late show. Do you think I can go up like third and someone can go after me?" And they were like, "Yeah, who wants to follow Sarah?" And no one raised their hand. And I went, "I could." And Sarah went, "Oh, yeah, he's fucking hilarious. You should definitely let him do it." Never had met me in her life. She was like, "Oh, yeah. Give it to him. Give it to that guy." And they were like, "All right, Glickman, you can go up and do 15 after she gets off." And I was like, "Cool, no worries." And then she was like, "Ladies and gentlemen," she did her set. She crushed. My mom happened to be there that night, just magically. And she was like, "Hey, everybody! I want to introduce one of the funniest guys in town. This up-and-coming guy. I love him. He's so amazing. What's your name?" And then she was like, "I know. It's Stephen Glickman." And I came out. She gave me a big hug. I did 15 minutes. I fucking destroyed for 15 minutes. I got off stage. I'd made jokes about my mom and stuff. And when I got off stage, the booker for the Improv happened to be in the audience that night and made me a paid regular at the club. And the manager of the Laugh Factory was like, "You can start dropping in," because he was there too.
Oh, that's perfect.
And it like changed my whole life. And then I started getting to do stand up more. And sometimes I would still sing. Sometimes I would play piano in the bar, host the show on stage from the piano, like as a comedian.
Ooh.
Then I would get off and sing at the bar again. And it like, I mean, it was amazing. It was an amazing thing. But it was like the gig that got me like eyes on me when I'd been doing stand up for like 2 years at that point. Like I was a baby, you know? And yeah, that's
Did you decide that you wanted to be a stand-up comedian, or was your dream to be a piano player / singer?
You know, the dream was to entertain. Since I was a kid, it was like, I want to play the piano and sing in the living room for my friends and family, for my mom and we would finish having Sabbath dinner with like relatives, and she would go sing at the piano, and I would sing, you know, Fiddler on the Roof at the piano. And then I was doing musicals like as a kid, you know, like for a year basically.
Did you ever do Fiddler?
Like many times.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like
who'd you
4 or 5.
play?
Tevye. Always.
You played
Always,
Tevye?
Always. It's the best role. It's the best show. But there's so many good roles in that. I mean, it's such a good show.
I'm
Did
jealous.
you ever do it?
I'm jealous. Yeah, I think I played one of like the we put a bottle on our head.
You did a bottle dancer?
Yes, I was a bottle dancer.
Oh my
we
God.
We had Velcro though, so it was cheating. But then
I was impressive.
I was also Laser Wolf. I was Laser Wolf.
Were you really?
Yes. So before I had a big beard, I think I was like 13 years old, so I had a little bit of stubble. But I remember they glued a beard to me. So
yeah.
So I'll put a picture up, and but it's crazy because I kind of like predicted my own future having a beard. You know what I mean?
Wild.
So yeah, to life, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim, to life. Cheers to my family. Cheers to l'chaim, to life. All right.
You know what's this is how weird life is.
Okay.
I did stand up in La Jolla, California a couple of years ago, and in the audience was the guy who played Laser Wolf when I was a kid. He was like 10 years old. I was about 16. Like when we did the show, like he was just a little kid, and we were little kids playing in Fiddler on the Roof, right? That little kid, so he came as an adult to come watch me perform, and then he was like, "I'm gonna follow you and stay in touch." And I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever, you know." And then his name is Matt Delson. Matt Delson is one of the owners or one of the heads of the WNBA in Las Vegas.
Whoa.
He owns the Las Vegas Aces.
Okay.
And when my song blew up and I started having all this success with music stuff, he invited me to be the halftime show.
Oh, okay. I think I saw you do that.
That's the reason why I got that, is because Laser Wolf the Butcher from my 1994 production of Fiddler on the Roof invited me because we knew each other from back in the day.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
life is so bizarrely strange. And that's how, so the W Hotel, they start doing jazz night. I start doing jazz. They invited, I came down one night and then they invited me to go up and sing a song. And it was because they knew me from the Friars Club. So
Wow. Okay.
And the Friars Club doesn't even exist anymore. It was shut down and bulldozed. Now it's a parking lot down there. So
Oh, that's a bummer. Okay.
but I started getting to do these shows, and then the shows, those jazz night shows, Bieber would show up with Selena back then.
That's insane.
And Stevie Wonder would show up and perform, and Bruno Mars would perform, and like I met so many people. The guy from All American Rejects, Tyson Ritter, would come and perform.
Oh yeah.
And then when my sister got Lyme disease and was like super, super, super sick, and we had to raise money for her, Tyson and All American Rejects reunited to do a show for her and gave all the money to her for her health.
That is insane.
It's
That
crazy.
is so nice.
It's just, I'll tell you what, man. The stand-up community and the music community, and they're like lovers, you know.
Right.
All comedians want to be rock stars, and all rock stars think, want to be comedians. And you watch them kind of slide in and out of it. But I think it's because really, really is everyone just wants to entertain and make people happy, and it feels so fucking good to when it's right, it feels so damn good.
Yeah, I mean, I think about John Mayer and Dave Chappelle's friendship and the fact that they can share a stage and make people laugh and make people. I mean, like even comedians. There's some comedians that will talk about sad stories, and so it's about laughing. But I've seen some stand-ups, so I'm like, wow, that's hard, and then I'll laugh later. So it's music is the same thing. Like music, you don't always have to laugh, but you can be enthralled a little bit, and I think that comedy is like that a little bit as well. You have to have some of those highs and some of those lows. But you have both, which is really nice. You can be a comedian and a musician.
Well, I mean, dude, just a perfect example of that is 2 days ago, my dog passed away.
Yes.
13 years old. I've had her entire life. I am
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Donut. Jelly Roll.
I am so
is
sorry.
A man with a lot of tattoos.
I'm sorry. I felt
God
like Michael
bless him.
Scott saying the wrong names.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. Jelly Donut.
Of course.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes. Your wonderful dog, Jelly Bones. Close. Yeah. So she's realistically. She passed away 2 days ago. I was completely heartbroken. I don't know. You don't know what to do. I had band rehearsal the next day, and I was like, I have to get to band rehearsal. And my mom had driven in, and she was like, don't you want to, we could go shopping, go for a walk, go get maybe do some cooking at home. I go, that's not going to do anything for me. What I need to do that'll feed my heart and my soul and make me feel better about everything is if I go hang out with a really talented drummer and a really talented guitarist who I love dearly, and I get to embrace them and with music and do a bunch of songs together and just jam for like an hour. That'll make everything feel better,
Beautiful.
So I did that, and everything felt really good, and it was really helpful. And then I sat on the phone for like a couple hours afterwards with like 3 or 4 different comedians, and laughed and joked around and talked
great.
and talked and told funny stories about her and things like this. And it was like, I'm so lucky I have both those communities that I get to be a part of, because they both feed different parts of who I am. It's like,
yeah,
they're both helpful. And like I sat at the piano and played piano last night for like an hour by myself, and it was like, ooh, this sucks, this thing, going through a loss like that. But
music's healing, isn't it?
But God, is it ever? It is very healing. And then friendship is, all of this is very helpful. So
I'm happy to hear. Yeah, I wanted to make sure, because sometimes if that kind of things happen, like sometimes you just want to be locked away and not talk to people, and I wanted to make sure that you were chilling today, and so I appreciate you coming. And
no, of course, man, I'm happy to be here.
Thank
you.
Yeah, Jelly Donut, give it up for Jelly Donut. Donut, yes, yeah, dude, she was such a cool dog. I remember hearing her walk around the room, and she had like a nice way of breathing, and it was just beautiful. Yes.
A nice way of breathing. Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah, you could.
She snored like an old homeless man. That dog was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I posted a video this morning on my Instagram that absolutely obsessed with, which was I took her to. My mom has a horse, so I took her to.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh, my mom runs a petting zoo in San Diego.
Oh.
So that's like her whole thing. She's got all
okay.
these. Whenever I go visit her, it's like going to visit a farm. It literally is a farm. There's like pigs and goats and sheep and all sorts. She has all sorts of animals.
Dang.
But when we were down there, I was walking my dog, and I was filming this horse. And I was like, look at this horse. It's so interesting looking, the colors of it and whatever. And the horse bent down and put its face near Jelly Donut to like sniff her. And Jelly Donut took that as a great opportunity to bite that fucking horse in the face. My pug, whose teeth were the size of sand, tried to bite a horse in the mouth. And you see the horse go, ah, like this, and its lip goes up like, no! And then like, when my dog lunges at it again, like, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like,
wow.
And you're like, it is the funniest video. And I put, disrespect your surroundings, that's behind it. It's so funny.
Oh, what a confident dog.
God, she was a fucking lunatic, man.
That's insane.
Oh.
She, you know what? She's like, this is a really giant horse, but I think I'm better than this horse.
Like, I think I could take him.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I feel like you've learned something from that, and not to transition to this, but I remember you told me when you were auditioning for Big Time Rush.
Sure.
You were kind of confident as well because everyone around you didn't look like you, right?
Yeah, everybody at the audition for Big Time Rush was very clean cut.
What did they? So what was the prompt?
It was Silver Fox, which is like a gray hair, like Silver Fox, right? Like a John Hamm, but with gray hair,
Okay.
And they were like suit and tie, very wealthy Silver Fox style person. They were kind of looking for, I think, an older Ari Gold.
Okay.
Like
from Entourage.
like a gray hair Ari Gold.
Gotcha.
And then I showed up thinking I was going to a voiceover audition because my manager told me it was a voiceover.
Oops.
So I wore a hoodie, like a gangster, hoodie that said but it was like gangster hoodie. It was I got it from a shop in New York, and it said like Bang Pow all over it, and it was like super. It just it was big, crazy, over the top style hoodie, and I wore that at the audition, and I looked at everyone, and I was like so panicked, and because I was like, I am not right for this at all. And I called my manager, and he goes, just do that thing where you pretend like you're better than everyone. He was like, I know that thing that you do. It's like it's kind of like your Robert Goulet impression. Like, just be like, I'm a freaking big deal. Like, what the hell am I doing here? Look at these idiots. My God. Someone bring the limo around, Like, it was like that. like where's my mimosa? What are we doing? Like just a total dickhead, Hollywood dickhead kind of thing. And, I was like, okay, fine. And I went in and did that, and it just killed. And the thing that killed the most was they left a space in the script for us to improvise.
Nice.
And it said, how dare you disrespect me? And then it had a blank thing. It said, just come up with whatever you want here. And some people were swearing. Some people were, just saying, how dare you disrespect me, you dickheads, or you asshole, blah, blah, blah. And then they'd continue. And I wrote a bunch of jokes, onto my script. And so I was like, how dare you disrespect me? I gave Ice-T I'm the one who named Ice-T. If it wasn't for me, he would still be called Greg Flanagan. That was his real name. And I was like, Greg Flanagan, it's a terrible rap name. Ice-T. And they were like, what? And then I had one where I was like, how dare you disrespect me? I play racquetball with James Spader every other Thursday. I'm a huge deal. Things like, you know what it was? It was, It was the Will Ferrell. I drive a Dodge Stratus, which was like a sketch that he had done on SNL, and I was just like, I just wrote a bunch of stuff like that. Like, I eat gold for breakfast. They take a gold bar, they put it through a machine and make little gold flakes, and then I eat it for lunch. It hurts my stomach, but I don't care because I'm rich, like stuff like that. And they just were like, what? Laughing and great. And then I was like, all right, well, thanks for having me. And I walked out. I walked across the lot over to the TV show Monk, which was shooting on the lot. And I had worked on Monk, but as an in the art department, like as a getting a couple bucks an hour working there. And I worked in the print shop, like printing. If they had, artwork on the walls and stuff like this, I would print out the posters and give them to the art department. They'd mount them and stuff. So
gotcha.
Or backdrops, that would hang outside windows, things like this. Like I was working in the print shop there.
Wow. Okay.
And so I knew Tony Shalhoub a little bit because of that, just a little bit.
Okay.
So I walked over to the Monk set, and Tony Shalhoub was there, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing here? You working today?" And I was like, "No, I had an audition." And he was like, "What? How did it go?" I was like, "I think I killed. Like, I was really funny. It was really funny." And he was like, "Oh, well, good for you." And then my phone rang, and I was like, "Hang on, Tony Schloobs." And I was like, "Hello." And it was casting, and they were like, "Get back here. Come back here right now. We're bringing in the head of the network. They want to see you right now." And I was like, "Okay." And so I was like, "I got to go. I got a call back." And he was like, "Go kill it." And I went back across the lot, and I walked in, and they were like, I hope we were able to catch you before you left." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I was over at Monk." And they were like, "What were you doing at Monk?" And I was like, "I was just hanging out with Tony Shalhoub." And they were like, "Do you know him?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, me and Schloobs are old friends. We trade egg salad recipes, We good. We have him and I have like an affinity for old karate movies. Sometimes we'll just chill, just watch a karate together, And they were like, "What?" That okay, and I was like, "Schloobs." And and then I did another read of it, and I improv'd another thing, and it killed again. And then they were like, okay, they called the next day and offered me the role. And so I auditioned Friday, called back was Friday. I got cast on Saturday. My fitting was Sunday. We started shooting Monday.
Whoa.
And I mean,
wow.
We shot Monday, and it was, can you hear this? Can you hear?
I can't hear that. Can you hear it? It's just your ears. Yeah.
Okay, good.
You don't even need the headphones if you don't want.
No, I love it. It's
okay,
great.
Okay.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we shot Monday. We shot the pilot, and
jeez.
And then they were like, "Okay, we'll let you know if it gets picked up." And like, a couple months go by, and they're like, "We have to replace the lead actor." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Oh, yeah, the main guy is not right for this. He's too old, so we need to find someone else." So they start casting.
Who's the lead guy?
There's this guy named Kurt. He played.
Who's the lead guy? One of the
four boys.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna need to find a new guy," and I was like, "How long is that gonna take?" And they were like, "No, maybe a couple months." It was like a fucking year.
Oh no.
And so I had to go back to work at the oil factory where I made perfumes for witches. The Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, where I would make perfume for witches. And I did a bunch of other dumb shit. I made a short film, and I made like a web series where I played a superhero. And I did a bunch of just random, whatever.
Acting jobs.
Little jobs and like regular jobs. And did lots of stand-up. And then I got cast in a movie called The 41-Year-Old Virgin that knocked up Sarah Marshall and felt super bad about it.
That
and it
is
was
so funny.
It was one of those
I
parodies.
looked that up. Yes,
It's terrible.
I saw it. You were the friend.
I played Seth Rogen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That's but I see a lot of those things on HBO or Max
Oh, yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
It's still out there. People
Yeah.
can watch it. I think it's on Tubi or on something now. But while we were filming that, they had held auditions on Craigslist. They were holding auditions for Big Time Rush everywhere.
Wow.
And then they found Kendall Schmidt. And
So he's the lead.
He
I wasn't
was
sure
like-
because I know there's 4. I wasn't sure.
it's
who.
an ensemble, but Kendall was kind of our main guy. His mom, the character of his mom and his little sister were in it too.
Kate's.
Yeah, Kate. And,
Kaylin Kate's? No, what was her?
Katie was
Katie.
the little sister. Sierra Bravo.
Who's the mom that I met on your music video shoot? Redhead.
Oh, Shallon Kate.
Shallon Kate. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shallon
Oh,
Kate's
okay.
so rad.
Okay. And then Kendall. Yeah.
Kendall.
I know Kendall a little bit. I ran into him on the street, and our mutual friend Jacob Sesney knows him.
Oh
And
God,
he plays with him. Yeah.
what a talent that
Yeah.
boy, man!
He's
Oh,
insane.
man. That man is just an outrageous talent.
He played with Stevie Wonder the other day. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Yeah, and he's crazy. There's also another movie that I saw that was kind of like that. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the 41-year-old. But it's the
It was-
paranormal something.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity. It was like, there. I did 3.
Okay.
I worked on, a Paranormal Activity.
I'll look it up.
30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the devil inside the girl with the dragon tattoo.
That's what it is.
That's
okay.
what it was. Yeah. Also a gigantic piece of shit.
Good paycheck.
No. What are you talking about?
So-
it's like $8. I got paid nothing, but it was something to do. You know, like we were just trying. That was all before Big Time Rush. Oh,
Okay.
sorry for hitting your mic. That
Jesus.
was all before Big Time Rush. There was nothing. You're just trying to find shit to do as an
Right.
actor. You're just like, I'll just do whatever, And then every once in a while, you're like, I'm not going to do this, But those movies, those 3, there's 3. The third, the middle one, which is my favorite, which I'm not in, but I did get to write on it and I got to be a producer on it, was Breaking Wind, which was a Twilight parody. And it has so many great jokes in that movie. I mean, it's also a very stupid movie, but we had so much fun making fun of Twilight and everything. And I brought in all my comedy friends, and we all wrote jokes on it and pitched, and a lot of the jokes made it in, which was really fun. And Flip Schultz, who's a very funny comedian, he was in it. He played Kristen Stewart's dad, and he was very funny. So, we had a lot of fun. It was one of those things where it was like, you're working the crappy day job, and then you get these little extra gigs which pay, $100 here, $100 there. You do whatever you can.
But it's cool because the fact that I'm perusing on HBO and I see your face. I remember I might have been living at home in Idlewild with my here. Let me move this. I might have been living at home, and I think I saw your face. I had seen you on Big Time Rush, but then I'd seen that your face was next to like Ike Barinholtz. Am I crazy? And which that was the super bad.
Oh, it was Randall Park.
Randall Park.
From Ant-Man was in it.
Whoa.
Brian Callen was
Brian
in
Callen.
it.
Sorry, that's who I
Yeah.
meant. Okay, so I see your face next to Brian Callen in the 41-year-old virgin. That was insane. Like the fact that
crazy
so there's it's $8. Maybe it's a sucky movie, but it is kind of cool to see
it's
your
cool.
face.
You gotta here's the thing: is those 3 movies were all written and directed by my cousin's husband.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like my second cousin, but
Okay.
like when he was making the first one, the 41-year-old virgin, he was like, he was like, with a little this and that, like in a wig, you could play Seth Rogen from 40-year-old virgin. And so I helped him in the, make the little trailer for it, like the test trailer.
Right.
And then he used that to get the money to make the movie, and then
Wow.
he cast me in the movie.
That's so cool.
And it was really fun. Like, I had a great time. I'd never been on a set like that before, and it was nice to have like acting, and getting paid a couple $1,000s to do a movie was like, oh my God. It just
huge.
Felt like, like I was able to like not go to my day job and just do a movie. Oh my God. It was great. But it was also, it's like, it's one of those things, like you do it and then you're like, oh Lord, this is some silly shit. But
right.
But I've done lots of silly shit.
I saw you in Workaholics. I thought that was pretty crazy. I was really excited to see you. That was that was after Big Time Rush, or maybe even during.
It was after, I think directly after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Workaholics was like another one that was super fun. I don't know, to be honest, if I would. I don't know if I would. I don't know. It's an interesting situation.
Okay.
Because on Workaholics, I played Adam Devine's gay lover, which I don't know how comfortable. I mean, I would play a gay character if they wanted me to play a gay character, but I also feel like in this day and age, like, it's, I don't know if Hollywood would want someone that's straight to play a gay character. Like, I don't know how that
it's
rolls
touchy
out.
these days, for sure.
It is, and
you never know.
I have too much respect for the LGBTQ plus community to do anything where I would offend anybody. But I really loved the role, and I thought it was really fun. And Adam and I have known each other for so long that there was me being in my underwear and cuddling with him in bed. Like, I'm literally holding him and like stroking his hair and stuff. Like, we have that comfortability between us I've known him for from stand up. So, that was so cool. It was so cool doing
He's a nice guy.
And I love that show. That show was fantastic show.
It's so good. Yeah. I remember that was when I went to Ethiopia to like study music and all that stuff. Not in college, just to like see what the street musicians are like. My buddy only downloaded like the first two Austin Powers and all of Workaholics, and for some reason I don't know why it was those two, but we would watch those and I knew them religiously. So it was like so good to like get to know that. Just so it's like, how do you make something funny between these three characters? And it's just like so good. It's almost like the Three Stooges. It's like really.
God, they were so good. That show was
really
so
good. Yes.
good.
Now, so I, when I was on American Idol in 2011, there was a part of me that was annoyed that people would come up to me and be like, "Hey, American Idol guy, what's up, American Idol guy?" Like it was, But then people would come up and I would do Postmodern Jukebox, and people would be like, "Hey, Postmodern Jukebox guy." So then I was like, you know what, American Idol guy, at least I'm a guy. People know what my face is.
Hell yeah.
And so I started to embrace it. I started to embrace the American Idol. And now I'll probably hashtag American Idol every chance I get. I wanted to get your take because I have a feeling that maybe people come up to you, and I think I've even witnessed it, where people say, "Hey, Gustavo, how you doing?" And I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, you've really embraced it, and you really know how to embrace this character, and it becomes you, and you get success from it.
I totally. I love that. I love that. That, I mean, I remember watching you on American Idol.
Oh, it's awesome,
and
man.
being like, what? How? And it's one of the few people I've ever seen on a show like that where I watch them and I just go, oh, this is a star. Like, this is like, wow, what it would be like to be able to perform like that, to see how, like, you're so unbelievably talented.
Thanks,
that
man.
it's like seeing you live. There's nothing like it, man. You're just like a magician. Like, watching what you do vocally and with what you have, like, you just make you make music just like come alive. It's crazy.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks
It's
so
wild.
much. Thanks.
I
man.
rewatch your audition and your callback where you're playing the bass on stage in the theater, and you watch everyone in the room just be like, "Fuck us!" Like, we should all go home. Like, you should have won.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's really nice.
That was a hell of a season, man. And then didn't you perform with Jack Black on the show too?
Yes, that was crazy. So like basically they were like, who would you like to perform with? I was like, well, there's two people I had in mind. Esperanza Spalding, who had won the Grammy over Justin Bieber, who was a jazz upright bass player, or Jack Black. They're like, Jack Black, the actor? I was like, yeah, you guys don't know Tenacious D? Look up Tenacious D. And they're like, oh, okay, wow, I didn't know that. And so then they called him up, and Esperanza said no, respectfully, but Jack said yes. And so I was over the moon. And that was insane. And I remember, in fact, I look back and I regret it because I'm glad with what we did. We ended up doing Fat Bottom Girls.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, that was crazy. And I remember Jack and I were like, maybe we should get like really big fat bottom girls. And the corporate was like, nah, let's keep them a little bit skinnier. I don't know. Anyway, but I remember the first thing, we had a phone call and being on a phone call with all these people. And I remember they're like, Casey, you're on with the head of network, the head of this, the head of that, and then like Jack. And I was like, hi, Jack. He's like, whoa, there's a lot of people on this call. It's like, that's kind of humble. Whoa. He's like, not used to that. And then he's like, I was thinking we could do the Double Rainbow song. You know, the auto-tuned double rainbow all the way across the sky. Wow, wow, oh my God, look at that rainbow. It's that guy that saw the double rainbow, and he was so stoked, and the auto-tune, the news guys auto-tuned it. So Jack was like, let's do that song. And then American Idol people were like, maybe you should do Fat Bottom Girls. And it's like, I do like Queen. So I was like, hey, Jack, what do you think about this? He's like, dude, you know what? Let's do the Queen song. Whatever we do on that stage will be a complete double rainbow no matter what. You know, it's like, that was so beautiful. And then, he was so cool. Have you met him? I feel like
I got to I've met him twice, and the second time we got to like hang. The first time I met him, I said, it was a Kung Fu Panda premiere.
Okay.
And I went, hey, Jack Black. Oh my God, I'm such a huge fan of you. I'm on a show called Big Time Rush. And he goes, oh, I know who you are. I've seen what you do. And I see that you have a little Jack Black in you. And I go, yeah, I do. He goes, hell yeah, brother. And then he walked away. And I was like, whoa, that was crazy. And then I was at a party for a premiere of a movie that he did with the guy who, oh my God, for a movie. And I came up to him and I was like, hey, we met before, and we started talking, and he was like, I'm having so much fun. I'm playing Bowser, and it was like he had just signed on to do that, and we talked for a bit, and he was so fucking cool. What just a genuinely rad individual.
That's why he keeps getting all these roles. I literally just saw Minecraft, and
it's great.
It was great. I'm trying to imagine Minecraft without Jack Black. Even when there was a somber moment, he would just be like, I'm sorry to hear about that. And I would crack up. I was just like, anything he does is just like, but the reason he gets it is because he's so nice. And I think we've both experienced that. So
he's a genuinely good person.
Yeah. I'm so blessed to even know him. I'm super blessed for him to know my name. I'm just so,
dude, for you to have performed with him, come on.
I'm gonna brag about that for the. He even came and did a music video shoot for me right after Idol.
I remember that.
Yeah.
What song was that?
It was Get Out, Get Out, Get Out. Lately I've been going crazy 'cause I want you, baby, but you don't. So get out, get out, get out, get out of my heart. So he technically it was this thing called Casey Abrams is Homeless, and it was like Casey after Idol. And so I'm living on the streets, and I'm having a bad time, and then I run into Jack Black. We wrote the script, me and my buddy Bion, and he wrote the script. Actually, I remember we wrote it together, and we sent it to Jack. He's like, "Do you want to just help us out?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll show up." He showed up for an hour.
Holy shit!
I feel bad. We didn't even like buy him anything. He came with a milkshake. We're like, "Could you bring a milkshake?" I think I was like 21 at the time, so I really didn't know what I was doing. But he showed up and was the nicest guy and improvised a bunch of lines. Was so cool. But I'm blessed, and he even supported me when I had some surgeries and was he's like salt of the earth. Is that a good thing? Salt of the earth?
Yeah.
That's a good person, right?
That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm blessed to have American Idol. I was really brought up. But so what someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, Gustavo, you're into it. You're
Oh, I love it.
Good, yeah.
I don't like it in bed. That's
what's the worst thing that happened?
Someone said it in bed. That was not great.
Okay.
But when you're out here doing all this fucking, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
No, that's great. Okay, so you're into it. Okay,
no.
That's
that did
good.
happen though. But yeah, most of the time everybody's pretty cool. I feel like me and that character are one forever. Like we're always tied. And he's a fucking cool character, So I don't mind it. I'm super lucky to be known for something, and have an audience that will come out and support me for things. Like that's crazy, and I get to be part of people's childhoods, which is a really fascinating thing. And now like I was 29 years old when we started filming Big Time Rush.
Oh, okay.
So I was a young fella, and most of the audience at the time was 12 to 15, that age group. So I like at the time when the show was happening, I was dating a lot of single moms, which is very weird. But now mostly I date like the older sisters of people, or the older cousin of someone who grew up on the show.
Wow.
Which is pretty weird. Like people in their like late 20s, early 30s, like that's pretty much I'm 46, so like it's like people that are about anywhere between about 10 to 15 years younger, depending. But that's probably gonna sound weird on a podcast.
It's okay. But it's all right.
Like I'm dating is weird in LA. It's
for sure
strange thing.
For sure.
But yeah, it has been an interesting road, and I meet a lot of interesting folks on the road, and I meet up with a lot of random ass people. The people that grew up on the show now are TSA agents. So I go through TSA, and a guy will slap me on the ass and be like, "You're good, Gustavo. Get out of here." And it's like, it's fucking weird. It's happened more than once, especially at LAX, but it's happened in Chicago and in New York and a couple other places where I've had guys be like, "Yo, what up, Gustavo? Good to see you." Like in TSA, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And like in stores, and everybody works like everyone has jobs and then careers and shit now, and they're like lawyers, and they're like, it's the most fascinating thing. Like for a school teacher to meet like school teachers who grew up watching the show is like fascinating.
Right.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been and getting called Gustavo is like, it's like kind of it's part of it. I don't like it when it's about something serious. Like I don't like when my dog passed, I didn't like having messages being like, "Hey Gustavo, sorry about your dog." It's like, dude, that's a fucking character, and my dog died. Like, But you know what is an interesting thing is I have found fans, real fans, get like real pride in being like, hey, Steven, wanted to let you know. Or, hey, Steven, I listened to this song that you did. Or, hey, Steven, like, I watched Storks and I loved it so much. Or, like, whatever. And it's like, I see it in their face that they're proud that they're not calling me by the character name. And that I freaking love.
So, okay, there's testing. Okay, there's two things that I want to ask you, and who's the nicest celebrity you've ever met? Is it Jack Black? I know we'd already talked about. Okay.
No. Nicest celebrity I've ever met. That's such a good question. There's so many good people. I have to say Fabio, the male supermodel.
Yeah.
Fabio agreed to be in my web series. Back when that was a thing. Pre-Instagram, pre-TikTok, pre-everything. A web series that I had like literally raised like a couple $1,000s from my friends and family to make about superheroes. And I wore a leotard in it. Like,
Ooh, hot.
like a custom leotard that like custom, by the way, like I gave it to a lady and she sewed things on it.
Whoa.
Like,
wow.
And we put Fabio in a leotard, so he was also a superhero. And the joke of the thing was that me and my other friend who was also a superhero arrived to the crime scene first, so we got dibs on the crime. But then Fabio is like, everyone wants me to be here more than you. I am very handsome. I look good in the pictures. Everyone loves a Fabio, and nobody wants to hang out with these fat guys, you know? And it was so funny. And he killed it so hard, and he did it for free. And he lent us his Lamborghini for the day, and he lent us his house. And like also just because he liked the script and liked me, we got along really good. And then we started going out, him and I, and having dinners like once a month, once every 2 months. But he was just down to be there with me and play. And he always asked about my mom. He's so kind.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, every time I see him, he invites me to come stay with him on his farm, which just sounds like an insane thing to do. Like, he's just a wonderful, wonderful friend.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I love and adore that guy. I would say second up would is probably either like Lisa Loeb, who I just am obsessed with, or Joey Fatone.
Oh,
because Fatone is one of those guys who like doesn't have to be as nice as he is, and he is. He's someone that I have asked advice from so many times and reached out to, and he's always down to talk. And he's on Broadway doing a show on Broadway right now, and he's like, sure, whatever. Like, gets off stage and will text back right away, and he's just like a fucking great dude. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad you got those people.
There's some good. What about you? Who's the nicest that you've met, you think?
That's a good question. I don't know why I didn't think of this. I mean, I really have to go with Jack Black. He's the nicest. For all the reasons that we've talked about, he's the best. I went up to someone at the airport, and I feel really bad about it. And I don't know. I think celebrities can have bad days. So like, I'm not gonna judge every single person by just like how they react. But I saw Chong at an airport.
Cheech and Chong?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I saw him, and I was just like kind of nervous. I was like, he had just ordered a Starbucks, and then I kind of surprised him, like, hey Chong, hi. He's like, hello. He looked a little bit surprised. I was like, can I have a picture? He's like, yeah, man. And we took a picture. Whoa. And I was just like, where you going? I was like, I wore out my welcome. I was just like,
oh, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to Toronto. I forget, some place in Canada. And he's like, oh yeah, what are you doing there? He's like, I'm just hanging out. And I just kept talking. I was like, you know what? Thank you for your time. He's like, man, have a good day. And I walked away, and my heart was fluttering, and I was just like, I felt like a little schoolgirl. I was like, that's insane.
Dude, that's
outrageous. So that was cool. I mean, and obviously Jack Black is the man. He's donated a lot of time and energy, and yeah, he always looks out. He texts every once in a while. We say Happy Hanukkah, and he's for the amount of fame that he has, the amount of humbleness that he has is insane. He's got that really great balance. What's the greatest compliment anyone has ever told you? What's like, you think about this compliment a lot, you're like, wow, maybe I'll make this my mantra.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's such a good question. Mm-hmm. I wrote something down the other day that I really liked. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I write down little quotes from the show Rick and Morty. There's a scene where Rick is getting booed by a bunch of people, by a crowd. They're all angry at him, and he goes, "Your boos don't mean anything to me when I've seen what you people cheer for." That hit me pretty hard, because there are people in my life who I love, who are wonderful, and there are people in my life that I know that I don't like that much, but I've been criticized by people for things sometimes, like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this song, or I can't believe that you like this, type of thing, when this is just kind of whatever. And it like stays with me. It like lives in me as like a pain that I carry around. When someone is like critical of me, it like really can sting. But then that line of like being like, well, I see what you like. You have shitty fucking taste. So like, or I don't like what you like. So why would I care that you like what I do? Like, exactly. That doesn't matter. I liked that. But
you personally, has anyone,
a personal,
has anyone ever said, hey, I like, like you're singing, like that kind of thing?
Probably one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me was I got to meet Elton John because I sang one of his songs at a concert. It was like a charity concert, and then I got invited to go and meet him. And when I met him, he was like, I heard what you did, and using my music to uplift people and to raise money for something, and it just means so much to me, and what you're doing means a lot to me. And he gave me a big hug and a kiss on the cheek, and I cried in front of him, tears out of my face. That stays with me. I think I kind of weirdly when like like I was driving in the motorhome once with my little sister, and we were driving across country, and I was singing a Counting Crows song, and she turned to me and said, oh my God, you have such a great voice. You sound so fucking awesome singing this. Her saying that to me, that's probably 15 to 20 years ago. And I remember what I was I remember the way the sky looked and how the car was moving. I don't remember a lot of things that people say to me, but I remember that moment very, very specifically. I also remember when I recorded that album at Mitch's with you and all these wonderful people. I sang at the piano when the party's over, Billie Eilish, and I sent it to her, and she wrote back, "Fuck you. This is amazing. What the fuck, dude? This is you. This is what? Like it was just, but it just said, "Fuck you. This is amazing," and that really meant an enormous amount to me.
That is incredible. Billie Eilish herself, you said?
No, my sister.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Oh, Billie Eilish said I would have had a fucking heart attack.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
no. You know, probably. I mean, CeeLo. You know.
that's cool.
Say, you know, I used to sing "Crazy" at the Friars Club in Beverly Hills and at the gay club at Rage on Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
I used to sing it as like it was like one of my songs I would sing when I would hit the piano, you know, and for CeeLo himself to be like, come out and perform with me and please do "Crazy" at the show and everything. Like that was super intense. I got to hang with him for the night, and yeah, I loved the guy. He was so fucking cool. He's such a cool guy, and
awesome.
He was great, and he was really nice to my mom too, which was like a big deal.
Oh, that's huge. That's so cool that you got to meet him.
There's some weird ones. There's definitely
let's if you're down, if you want to jam on that.
Yeah.
I got a request. You seen Chris Farley's show where he's like, "Hey, remember that one time? I want to do that with you. I'm gonna just be like Paul McCartney, be like kind of unimpressed, all right?"
Dude, I fucking met Chris Farley in 1993.
What?
Yeah, I got to meet him. I got to go to a movie premiere with a girl that like I lived in San Diego, and there was a girl that I knew. I know that we're taking way too long.
No, it's
but there was a girl.
I'm chilling.
There was a girl that I knew, and she got her family got invited to go to this movie premiere for a movie called Addicted to Love with Meg Ryan and Matthew Broderick. And so I got to go with her as her like plus one. And then when we got there at the party, she was like off like flirting with some guy. And I was so sad because I was like, oh, I really thought she was like, I thought she kind of liked me. And so I went and stood by myself and was like looking out the window, and fucking Chris Farley walked up next to me and was like, "These things are hard, aren't they?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I lost my mind. And he was like, "You know who I am?" And I was like, "Tommy Boy's the greatest thing of all time." And he was like, "Oh, wow, thanks." And then he signed something for me, and he gave me a big hug. And then he hugged me a bunch of times. And then he passed away, like literally less than a year later. I think he was gone. And it was like my favorite. It's my favorite. My favorite person. That's my favorite person I've ever met.
Yeah. Let's see. Times like these.
Times. You know what? I'm not. I'm realizing that's the only Foo Fighters one I know.
Which one?
Okay. I forget what it's called.
Then let's go back. We'll do one more letter. Give me another one.
Let's do G.
G. Okay, we got November Rain.
Done.
November Rain, Guns N' Roses?
What? Oh my God. Seriously?
I kind of know it. I know that there's like this. I know there's like a weird guitar line.
Oh my God, dude, we could fucking crush a thing like that. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We got George Strait. Grateful Dead. Garth Brooks. What the fuck? We got Greatest Love of All. Grenade.
Grenade.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Had your eyes catch a grenade for you. Throw my hand on a blade for you. Jump in front of a train for you. Do anything for you. I would go through all this pain. Take a bullet right through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. Hey, black, black, black and blue, beat me till I'm numb. Tell the devil I said, hey, when you get back to where you're from. Mad woman, that's just what you are. And you smile in my face and rip my brakes out my car. Give you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. You tossed it in the trash, you did. To give you all my love is all I ever asked, but what you don't understand is I'd catch a grenade for you. Put my hand on a blade for you. Jump in front of a train for you. You know I'd do anything for you. I would go through all this pain. Take a bullet right through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. If my body was on fire, oh, you'd watch me burn down in flames. You said you loved me, you're a liar, 'cause you never, ever, ever did, baby. But darling, I still catch a grenade for you. Throw my hand on a blade for you. Jump in the front of a train for you. You know I'd do anything for you. I would go through all this pain. Take a bullet right through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. No, you won't do the same. No, you won't do the same. You won't do the same.
That was fire.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Definitely